What's up, everybody? Today we are in Vito, Tennessee, and this is on the Tennessee-Alabama state line. That way is the Richard Martin Trail. It's a old rail trail, and it runs for a little over 10 miles. Got a couple guys out here doing some landscaping, so it's a little loud today. But got the Vito Church over there, parking lot over there where the truck is. The bathrooms here, they have bathrooms, but you don't mind using a bathroom where it looked like a murder took place. They got them, they're locked up right now. Little covered picnic area right here. And the trail actually runs through here. It looks like grass right here now, but eventually it turns into gravel. It's gonna be a windy day today. So there we are right there. We're gonna go through Elkmont, and it comes just shy of Athens. Okay, so this is just a gravel road here. Main road's over there. Trail is actually in the middle. Kind of grassy at first, and I will say that I believe it's this house right here. Only time I've ever had trouble with a dog coming after me on this trail was that house over there. Yeah, I wouldn't bring your road bike out here. You know, places where, you know, there's some mud exposed. You know, if you got a bigger tire, you got nothing to worry about through here. This little covered bridge here. This is one of the other neat features of this path. Got the creek going on here, and this is probably one of the lowest elevations on the whole thing. So from here up to Elkmont, you gain about 200 feet, and that's in about 2.5 miles. So a little bit of up, but not bad at all. If you hear people on some of the reviews, they'll talk about how rough this half the trail is, and just kind of show you here, you know, the size of some of the rocks. Now this is not all the way through it, but you're going to have stretches where you're going to have a little bit bigger rocks, and that's why a lot of people will say that it's rough, it's rocky, they should pave it, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, most bikes outside of you know, road bikes should handle this just fine. And this, you know, these rocks here, and maybe some of the muddier places, and it's not even really that bad. I just wouldn't want little tiny tires out here. But I've had my hybrid out here. It's got 40mm tires, I think, and it did just fine. So there's some neat places along the way. I mean, there's no access from the trail down to there. It's private property, I'm sure, but still, you know, neat looking pond to come across. Yeah, that's one good thing about this trail here is all the trees around it. Like today, the winds are supposed to kick up to about 15 miles per hour, but being in the trees, it won't be that bad. Even in the summertime, when all this fills in with foliage, it's actually a pretty nice, cool ride. It's not really that hot. So this is the halfway point of this trail, and we're in the town of Elkmont. And not going to stop right now. We're going to go ahead and go to the end of the trail. When we come back through, I'll show you around a little bit. Still got some rock here that would hate on some road bikes, but it's a lot easier. I don't know if you can see the big brown lumps on the ground back there I just passed, but they do allow horses out here. And of course I'm riding through some horseshoe tracks there too. But so just be aware of that you may encounter a horse out here. If you do, horses they can get a little freaked out by people on bikes if they're not used to seeing them. So if you're on a bike and you're going to be passing a horse, just pull over and stop, or go by real slow. Best thing to do is just pull over and stop before you get to the horse, let them pass by you, and then continue on. I don't want to spook them. Are they all right?
No, they're not.
Okay.
I'm going to let you get ahead of them. We're going to face you.
Okay. Yep, 2 more horses up here. Okay. Just gonna walk by. I know they get nervous around bikes, so.
Yeah, I'm being one-eyed.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're welcome. So that's what you do when you come across a horse on a path like this right here that's multi-use. Got a little covered bridge here. Some frogs singing. Even though this is still the first half of February, it's going to be 69 degrees today. So the frogs is out and singing. Alright, so this is the end of the trail as it currently is. I want to show you this right up here. See, 0.0. Now here's what I want to show you here. See here? There's still quite a bit of abandoned railroad. They could probably even push it another half mile to a mile easily that way. I don't know if they're wanting to do it, you know, as far as like maybe get more funding, or I don't know if this is something for the future, but it's obviously not being used right now. That'd be great if they pushed it on into Athens. There are bathrooms at this end.
Total distance 11 miles.
See there?
Total time 1 hour 30 minutes and 8 seconds.
See now, that just said 11 miles. Well, right here at the end, on the map it says 10.2. Now, my counter has always been a little bit off, but usually on the low side, and that's kind of on the high side there. See, these bathrooms are open. Nope, it's locked just like the others. It's very unfortunate people got to do stuff like this. I'll never understand it. Bullet holes, look like a rock went through there. Nice day for a ride.
Oh, it is. Especially for an old guy.
Yeah. How old is he?
I think he's 22 or 23.
Wow. So how long did they live?
There's some that have been lived into their 40s, isn't there? Yeah.
Well, can you still, how far can you, how long, what age can you still ride them?
There's people still riding their 32-year-olds.
Wow.
So we'll get out of this guy's way. Good ride.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, enjoy your ride.
Oh, yeah. So here we are back in Elkmont. I'm going to show you around town here. Show you a couple points of interest. So if you're through here, you'll know what to look for. This is what this place here is mostly known for, is the goat cheese factory. Old Chevra. This is the creamery where they do the goat cheese. And so I know they used to have tours here. I don't know if they still do. Last time I came through here, you can go through those doors and you can buy some of the cream cheese straight from them, and it's really, really, really good. So if you're through here, definitely stop and get that. Probably the only store in town here if you need anything. Here's the Red Caboose restaurant, dining room. I've never eaten there, but sure it's good. Senior center, but I have been in there. Not that I'm a senior yet, but they do have kind of a museum in there. You can see, learn about the history of this place when the railroad went through. And they got bathrooms here, but I see they're locked as well. There's a antique shop right over here if you're into antiques. Okay, so it's locked up here, but I don't know if you can see inside the caboose there. All right, so running with the goats. This was a 5K and a 10K and a 1 mile fun run and a goat relay that they had here in this little town a few years back. And the reason it was running with the goats is because they said it coincided with the running of the bulls in Spain, and this seemed like a lot safer option here. So we came out here, wife and I, and we did the 5K run. And after it was done, they had a 1 mile fun run, and the first 15 people in that got to be in what they call a goat relay. And so I did that, and I finished 14th in that. And so I got to be in the goat relay. So what they did was they had 3 teams of 5, and every team got a goat, and you basically had to get your goat through an obstacle course, you know, weaving through cones and around and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, long story short, our goat came in second. But anyway, we still got a cool little stuffed goat, and he sits on the fridge at home now, so that was cool. And I think they only did that for a couple of years. We did the first year that they did it, so that was fun. Here's another story. First time I ever came out here, I parked down at Vito, where we did. It was a hurricane had come through down in the Gulf and was coming up this way. So I got on the trail, came down through here, got all the way to the end, got on my phone, checked the weather, and at the time the front was just south of Athens. So of course I did an about face, hauled ass down through here, got to here, checked it again, and it was literally just like right on my tail. It wasn't raining yet, but it was pretty windy. It was dark south of me. So 5 miles later, I get down to Vito, grab the bike, threw it on the back of the truck, and as soon as I got in the truck, it started sprinkling. And before I could even get back to the interstate, 11 miles away, it was already raining on me. So I managed to do this just before I got hit by the hurricane weather. Yeah, the first time I did this trail too, it was funny because I wasn't really that impressed with it. I don't know why, but anyway, after I've done it a couple more times, like I said, this is my 4th time, it's beginning to really grow on me. I like this trail a lot. It's about an hour and a half from where I live, so if you live an hour and a half from Elkmont, Alabama, or even a little bit further out, it's definitely worth the drive to come and do it, because you'll get 20 plus miles in. You know, it's nice. So this tells about the railroad here. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely want to come and check this out too. Tennessee Alabama Central Railroad. Got some History of Elkmont here. Yeah, definitely come check this place out if you're into this kind of history. Well, the fun part of going from Elkmont back to Vito is a lot of it's downhill. So if you're on a bike that's built for it, you can get some pretty good rolling going. All right, so there you go from Elkmont to do the northern part of it, which is where we're headed now. It's a lot more hilly, and the road's a little bit rougher. And then if you go through the southern half, it's going to be smoother, but not as I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here. The whole thing is really good. Come out here and do it, and if you don't have a bike with a little bit bigger tires to be able to do this, you really need to get one. Yeah, I guess if you're a road biker, fine. You know, I'm not gonna dog on you, but you gotta get you a bike to play on too. Hit a few patches like this right here. It's almost like they tried to put a little concrete, a little spare concrete down there, but it's kind of like driving on a washboard. This does not feel like February out here. It is hot. Alright, we are back. Now here's the confusing thing. The old mileage is 10.2. This says 11 miles, which is pretty much what I got when I started here and went to the other end. So decide for yourself which one's right. My tracker said right at 11, so I tend to believe that one. Alright, so there you go, the Richard Martin Trail. Starts right over there at the little church in the little community of Vito. You can see here, Alabama there. 11 miles to the end, a little over 22 coming back. Of course, we knocked around town just a little bit there in the big city of Elkmont. Anyway, if you plan on coming out, hope that one helped you a little bit. Explain a little bit, knowing what you're gonna face when you get out here. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Later.